Is it hard to start a business as a parent? How do you still manage to make time for your family? How does being a parent with a business affect your kids? Do you regret starting a business as a parent? What's good, Fedia family? Welcome back to another motherfucking video.
I keep a heater on me like it's winter, cause I got too much to prove before I die. I just been focused on winning so much, I ain't see that the hater winning multiply.
In today's video, we're gonna talk about being a parent as an entrepreneur. I'm also gonna give you guys some advice, some do's, some don'ts, some pros and cons on being a parent as an entrepreneur. So if you're looking to start a business and you got kids, or if you have a business and are looking to have kids, this video is gonna be just for you. All right, guys, I'm in my office right now, and I just wanna share with you guys the progress that we've made since the last video. I bought a shit ton of new equipment. I got this computer. I bought a new tripod, got some new lenses for the camera, a new microphone for the camera as well. We got a new goals board too. So we've been hitting goals left and right, guys. So everything's been going smooth, thankfully. I want to give you guys a big thank you for supporting my YouTube channel, supporting all my social medias and stuff. It's crazy that we really been going at this for a little over a year. And that's why I decided to start dropping in long form, because I think it's about time we start moving up and start investing in a bigger platform. I didn't know how else better to do it than to start a YouTube channel. So right now I'm waiting for my parents to get here. Me and the girls are gonna go with my parents to get dinner and go to Topgolf. Just have ourselves a good night, you know, just to celebrate the goals that we've hit lately, and you know, just to touch bases with my parents and see how they've been. Just treat them to a good night out, because you know, it's been a while and it's good to spend time with your family, you know. Also, guys, check out this fire ass shirt. This is one of the newest shirts on the Fedia website. We're gonna be dropping the Fedia Essential shirt in gray, so keep a lookout for that on the website. All right, guys, my parents already got here, so we're getting ready to head out.
Hey.
Say what's up, Daddy. What's up? We're about to go head out to go get some Indian food together. It's also my girl's first time meeting my parents, so let's hope it goes well. All right, guys, so one of the most commonly asked questions is it hard to start a business as a parent? It is a little bit harder because you are limited on time, and as a parent, you obviously have more expenses taking care of a child. So yes, it is gonna be a little bit harder as a parent to start a business, but that doesn't mean that you can't start a business. I do recommend at your own pace. Also, take into consideration the tasks that will make you more money and the tasks that will grow your business a lot faster, so that you could then use that money to free up a little bit more of your time and take off some of the financial burdens that come with being a parent. All right, guys, we made it to Basil, one of my favorite Indian restaurants in the area. Let's go get some good food, guys. All right, guys, so we got seated already, and this is actually my parents' first time eating Indian food, so I'm pretty excited to see their reaction. Hopefully they like it. You ready, Dad?
I want tacos.
You want I say you want taco. My dad's one of those kind of people that once he finds what he likes, he sticks with it, and he does not like to switch it up. So we're gonna see if he likes it. Ma, you ready to try Indian food?
Yeah,
Let me guess, you want tacos too?
I want menudo.
All right, guys, while we wait on the food, I wanted to ask my parents the next question. The next question is, how do you still manage to make time for your family?
Bueno, tenemos que hacer un plan, dividir nuestros tiempos, platicar entre nosotros cómo vamos a sobrellevar el negocio, el tiempo con los niños, la escuela, nuestras actividades en pareja. No es fácil, pero tampoco es imposible.
So, lo que hacemos es tratar de trabajar lo que se pueda, hacer un viaje en familia y pasarnos el tiempo juntos todos, como debe de ser.
Organizándonos, trabajar duro 3 días y descansar el resto para estar con la familia. Cuando empezamos es difícil, pero cuando ya llegamos a un nivel económico donde ya podemos nosotros tomar nuestras vacaciones, trabajar el día que queramos, es todo súper fácil.
All right, guys, we're at Topgolf now. Let's go get our booth. Hey, Dad, what do you think about the lamb chops?
They were good,
They were good. All right, guys, we're all set up at our booth right now, and we're getting ready to start the game. So we just went ahead and ordered some drinks and just getting everything started. But yeah, let's go ahead and start playing. All right, guys, we're finished up, heading back to the crib now. All right, guys, what did y'all think?
Great.
You good?
Had fun.
Your mom?
Súper, lo pasamos súper divertido.
Girls, what y'all think? 10 out of 10. We coming back?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Every Tuesday.
He said every Tuesday?
Oh, yeah, mimosas for brunch.
What is good, guys? It is the next day. We had a great time at Top Golf. Everybody got along really well, and it was overall just a great time with my family. But back to the topic of this video, I wanted to talk about the next question that a lot of people have when it comes to having a business and being a parent. And the question is, how does being a parent with a business affect your kids? And to tell you guys the truth, in my experience, I really don't feel like it's had a negative impact on my kid. In fact, I feel like it's been a lot more positive to my kid because I actually get to spend a lot more time with my kid throughout the day. He sees me in and out the house. He sees me actively solving problems around the house or in my business. Sometimes I even ask him his opinion on certain things, whether it's like it's creating content. Sometimes I'll even include him in the content. He's been able to watch me grow as an entrepreneur, as an investor, and now as a content creator for my business. He's also a lot more aware. So him as a 3-year-old, he's asking me, Dad, right now you're going to the gym? And I'll respond to him and I'll tell him, yes, I'll be at the gym, then I gotta go to work. And then he'll ask me, Dad, right now you're gonna go to work at the garage? And the garage is pretty much like my area where it's kind of like a man cave, like slash warehouse slash barber room, because I used to barber out of this room right here, but now this is like my admin slash streaming room. Again, what I'm trying to say is it's pretty much opened his mind to the fact that his dad works for himself and he gets to see the ins and outs of me running my business and progressing as an entrepreneur, growing multiple businesses at the same time. It allows him to have a lot more time with me because the businesses that I'm in, I can work remotely. So I don't really have to worry about being at a certain place at a certain time as much as other entrepreneurs may have to. Overall, I think as long as you prioritize spending time with your kids and letting them know why you're not around, or sometimes even bringing them along, I really don't feel like it'll have that much of a negative impact on the kids. Now, one thing that I feel like can affect the kids is not being around as much, or claiming that you can't do certain things because you're too busy or because you're prioritizing work. You still have to try and prioritize your kids to a certain extent. You have to compromise with them in order to keep a good relationship with them. Remember guys, having a relationship is everybody wins in that situation, or else it's gonna fail. So if you guys want to keep a good relationship with your kids, just make sure to always set goals, always keep your promises, make sure that you're always giving that value as a parent to your child, because at the end of the day, you're all they got. But all right guys, right now I'm packing my stuff, I'm getting ready to go and spend a day with my parents. So we're gonna be heading to the rancho where my parents live, and they're gonna have some steaks, some chicken. We're gonna have like a little Tex-Mex barbecue going on. So I'm looking forward to that. So let's go ahead and finish packing up so we can head out. All right, what's up guys? It's the next morning. We had a great time at my parents' house. I wanted to go ahead and jump into the next question, and that's, do you regret starting a business as a parent? And my answer is no. I feel like business has changed my life, that it's enhanced a lot of my skills as a parent. One of them has been communication skills. Another one is building relationships. I feel like my relationships got a lot better once I got into business because I learned about over delivering. I learned about having mutual benefits in a relationship, be able to get the best out of what I'm bringing to the table. I feel like those are all gonna be skills that I'm gonna be able to use as a parent and also teach them to my child. Me having a little more time freedom and location freedom has allowed me to do more activities with my kid or go and visit family more frequently, which is also good for my kid. And at the same time, it's gonna offer my kid more opportunities. I do not regret having a business as a parent. I do wish that I had developed the skills that I have now a lot sooner so that I could give my son the benefits of all that earlier on in my career. Unfortunately, that's not how things work. So thankful to be in the position that I am now, and I don't regret having a business as a parent. But all right guys, right now I'm about to go grab some mail at my old house, which is one of my mom's properties that she works in now. We lived here for about 3 years when we got out of the military, and this is where I started my businesses. This is the house that I lived in when I bought my first piece of real estate, the house that I started my barber business, my clothing brand, and my content creation journey. So this house is really meaningful to me. You know, I also used to be a dog breeder as well, so I still have my kennels here. I have my old truck here, and I'm not gonna lie, I get a big wave of emotions every time that I come to this house because, you know, I struggled a lot in this house. You know, I went through a lot, started my journey as an entrepreneur, and just went through a lot, you know, and it's it's kind of it's like a bittersweet moment every time I come here to pick up some mail or you know, to come visit my mom in her office. And it's kind of like, it's good to kind of like look back to where you know, to where you came from, and just remind yourself that things will always get better as long as you continue to put in the work, you know. All right guys, here go my little truck. You know, this is the truck that I used to just roll around in. I go to the gym in this truck. I'll take my dogs to the park and shit like that. You know, take my girl to go out and stuff. Sometimes we just fucking ride around in this bitch just cause, you know. And then one day, that bitch just broke down, transmission fucked, and I never touched it again, y'all. And it's crazy to think that like this truck is still here. This bitch just rotting right here, but you know, it's good to look back, you know what I'm saying, and think about the things that you had to go through, and like now, like they're not a problem no more. So it's kind of that reminder of like, sometimes you just gotta stick it out until things get better. And right here, I remember me and my girl used to just like sit here and just fucking smoke and reminisce on shit, and just, you know, kind of game plan on like where we was gonna be in a few years from now. It's wild because I remember, I think the last time we sat here and had a lit night was the day that both of the Dianas got together, met up, and we just kind of like sat here like, what the fuck, like we in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? But it's weird, but it's crazy just to come back and like see all this stuff and like how everything played out and shit. But yeah, it's good to do this now. But I think I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna do like I'm gonna dedicate a video just to this house and just tell the story of like how I got here, you know, how everything played out, and like, you know, where I used to work at, and like how I kind of like went about things, just so everybody could kind of get like a rundown of like how I made it happen. I ended up doing like a story time of like everything that went down in this house and why it was such a big factor in like why I am where I am. Right now we gotta go to the sheriff's office because I'm having some trouble with a tenant, and we might have to remove him from the property. So I hate when these things happen, but business is business, and y'all know we gotta keep the real estate business growing. So we're gonna go do that and get some breakfast. All right guys, that didn't go as planned. So went to the wrong sheriff's office. We went to the old sheriff's office, and then we had to drive all the way to the new one just to find out they were closed. Should have known it's Labor Day. So, but yeah guys, so we're just gonna have to postpone that for tomorrow maybe, and I guess we're just gonna go get some food. Let's go get some Bojangles.
Nena!
Bojangles?
Yeah, do anything.
Alright guys, right now we are on our way to the Alamo Drafthouse Cinema, which is pretty much a movie theater, but they're kind of like Alamo themed, and they got like beer and shit and food. And we're gonna go watch Blink Twice. But we also wanted to continue on to the next topic. And the next topic was, should you make your kids work for you? And I wanted to let my girl answer that. We had a similar response to that question. So I figured I might as well let her give her responses. It's pretty much the same thing that I'm gonna say.
Hey guys, so the question was, do you think you should make your kids work for you? So I think it's different for everybody. For me, I believe our children should want to work with us. It's not something that they're forced to do, but I think that our kids working with us is going to be able to give them the knowledge, the experience, the exposure to what it really is to own your own business. And I do also feel like it will also teach them the skills that they will need to apply to their own journey if they were to become entrepreneurs. I also feel that there is a lot of cons that come with having your children work for you, and that may be that our kids may not be interested in what we're doing, but the reality is that even if they're not interested, they're gonna learn all the fundamentals, all the basics, all the hardships, how to fix any problems that come with being an entrepreneur, because we'll be right there to guide them. That way, when they do find their own path, they know exactly what to do. And also, it doesn't mean that they have to do what we're doing, but they can also take from our business to supply to what they want to do, and they'll have our support to do that.
All right guys, we made it to the Alamo Drafthouse Cinema. We're gonna go ahead and head on in there, get some drinks, maybe get some food, and let's see how it goes.
Where's Jess?
She
Jess.
My friend, that was in the room next to mine.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Alright guys, so we just finished watching Blink twice. I ain't gonna lie, that shit had me like on the edge of my seat the entire time. And there was like all these plot twists and shit. And it's crazy because you're trying to figure it out. And then there was things that you thought you figured out, but then it would be something completely different. But I'd give it a 8.5 out of 10, for real.
I give it a 10 out of 10 only because you just didn't know what was gonna happen. I feel like when you try to guess what's gonna happen, it's like complete opposite. I feel like that just makes it even better. But I think the acting was actually pretty good.
Alright guys, we are back from the movies. The movie was great. We had a great time. We had good drinks. We snuck some drinks in. You already know we got some content in while we were there. But I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a last word of advice for entrepreneurs who have kids or may want to have kids in the future. So number one, don't compare yourself. Remember that comparison is a thief of joy. The reality is no two families are gonna have the same outcome. So don't look at other people and expect to have perfection, especially if you're going off of social media standards. Remember that people are always gonna broadcast their successes. They're not gonna showcase the challenges. Even myself, I'm guilty of that shit. I'm always posting the success, but I rarely post the challenges. And that's why I'm making these videos right here so you guys can see that we all go through challenges, all right? So don't compare yourself. If you're having a hard time, just seek guidance, get you a mentor, find some friends who also have businesses that have families, and find solutions to your problems with your community. The next piece of advice that I got for y'all is prepare for judgment, especially if you're the first generation entrepreneur in your family and they do see you working long hours. I know that it may seem odd working these long hours and working on the weekends and shit, and your parents are gonna try to tell you to slow down. They're gonna tell you that it's bad for your kids, that you should get a normal job. That way you can have a set amount of time with your kid and stuff. And the reality is that in business, you're not gonna have a well-structured schedule. You're gonna have to work 24/7 sometimes, and the reality is that you don't get as many breaks as somebody who's employed. So prepare to be judged. Prepare for people to think that what you're doing is hurting your kids. The reality is that as long as you manage family time along with business time, you're gonna be just fine. Just be ready for people to talk shit, because even I talk shit. I don't know if y'all have ever walked into a Chinese takeout and you see the kid working at the register, you're like, what the fuck? I know that people feel the same way when they see my kids sweeping up after me in my shop. We all just shrug it off and we're like, hey, you know what? Kid's learning some shit. So be prepared for judgment. It's gonna be all right. The next thing is prepare for difficulty, right? You're gonna go through a lot of shit with your kid. I can actually predict that my kid is gonna compare his life to other kids' life. They don't have the same amount of discipline as we do. They don't have the same amount of understanding. So prepare for them to wanna question the way that you do things in your family unit. Especially when you're an entrepreneur, they're gonna be like, why can these people do this? We can't do that. Why do these people not work after 5 o'clock? And dad, you're not coming home till 10 o'clock. Be prepared for these hard questions, these hard conversations. Be prepared for having a hard time managing family time. I recommend having rituals in your family, like going for a walk after you clock out, going on family dinners, you know. Try to make working fun, especially if you're gonna create content for your business. Film activities that you do with your family. Set goals and celebrate. I like to set goals for myself and actually go out and celebrate these goals, doing an activity that my family likes to do, my girls like to do, or something that my kid wants to do. And get your content while you're out doing these things. So find ways to be able to include your family in what you got going on and turn it into an activity. It might end up being a lot more fun than if you were to do it by yourself. And the last piece of advice that I have for any entrepreneur with a family or is thinking about starting a family is don't forget that family always comes first. Always prioritize family over your business without sacrificing the growth of that business, because if you sacrifice the growth of that business, then you're building your business for nothing. All right, learn how to balance everything so that you can still grow and leverage your business while you're not disappointing your family. Remember, there are certain people that you do not want to disappoint in life, and I feel like your family is definitely one of those people. But alright guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for joining me on this episode. Also, I would really appreciate it if you guys went and checked out my clothing brand. You guys can go and see my latest drops on FettyApparel.com. In fact, I got one of the hoodies on right now. Actually, I got the whole set. Check this out. Yeah, y'all know we fitted out here with the Fetty Apparel. But alright guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Vinny.
Draw some bands down, turn to 30. I hit a Glock in the wood like it's dirty. I'm keeping it humble cause I came from nothing.